Hey everyone, Mike here. So I've got something pretty interesting to talk about today. The Bruno Marc men's dress sneakers. Now, when I first heard about these, I was skeptical. I mean, a $40 shoe claiming to give you dress shoe looks with sneaker comfort? Come on. But after 6 weeks of testing these things in every situation I could think of, I've got to say, I'm genuinely impressed. Let me start with why I even bothered testing these. I was at a networking event a couple months ago, and this guy next to me looked sharp, professional setup, but he kept shifting his weight from foot to foot. Classic dress shoe pain, right? We got to talking, and he mentioned how he'd love something that looked professional but didn't destroy his feet during 12-hour workdays. That got me thinking about this whole gap in the market. So when Bruno Marc reached out, well, actually, they didn't reach out. I just saw these on Amazon and thought, let's see if this is legit or just marketing hype. $40 for a shoe that supposedly bridges dress shoes and sneakers? I had to find out. First impressions matter, and when I unboxed these, I was actually surprised. The packaging isn't fancy, but the shoes themselves, they genuinely look like Oxford dress shoes at first glance. The silhouette is clean, the faux leather upper has a decent finish, and that perforated detailing isn't just for show. It actually serves a purpose, which I'll get into later. Now let's talk about what these are made of, because this is where it gets interesting. The upper is faux leather. And look, I'm not going to pretend it's genuine leather. Up close, you can tell. But here's the thing. From normal social distance, like 3 feet away, it absolutely passes the professional test. I wore these to client meetings, office presentations, even a company dinner, and nobody called them out as sneakers. The real magic happens underneath. Bruno Marc uses what they call ETPU shock-absorbing technology in the midsole. Now, I'm not a materials engineer, but I can tell you what it feels like. It's like having a memory foam mattress for your feet. The first time I put these on and walked around my apartment, I actually laughed out loud. It felt ridiculous how comfortable they were compared to traditional dress shoes. The weight is another thing that impressed me. At 1.2 pounds for a size 10.5, these are significantly lighter than my leather dress shoes. When you're commuting, walking between meetings, or just on your feet all day, that weight difference adds up. Now, let me walk you through my testing process, because I really wanted to put these through their paces. I wore them for 6 weeks straight. Well, not literally straight. I did change shoes sometimes. But I logged over 40 days of wear in different situations. My first real test was a conference day in Los Angeles. 12 hours on my feet, concrete floors, networking sessions, the whole deal. Usually, after an event like that, my feet are screaming. With these, I was genuinely comfortable the entire day. The cushioning held up, my feet weren't swollen, and I wasn't doing that awkward shoe shuffle you see people do when their feet hurt. Then I tested them in Chicago during a particularly brutal week. Daily subway commuting, walking on concrete platforms, varied weather conditions. The traction on the rubber outsole is actually really good. I felt confident on wet pavement, which isn't something I usually associate with dress shoes. Speaking of weather, I tested these during a hot, humid week in Houston. We're talking 95 degrees, high humidity. This is where that perforated upper design proved its worth. While they're not as breathable as mesh athletic shoes, they performed way better than solid leather dress shoes. My feet stayed reasonably comfortable even during outdoor meetings. But let's be honest about the limitations, because there are some. These are not formal event shoes. I wore them to a company dinner that was pretty upscale, and while they worked, I felt slightly underdressed compared to guys in genuine leather dress shoes. The chunky sole gives them away as sneaker construction when you're in truly formal settings. Water resistance is another limitation. Bruno Marc is honest about this. They're not water resistant. Light rain will eventually get through the faux leather, but for normal office conditions and light outdoor use, they're fine. Now let's talk about the comfort factor in detail, because this is really what sets these apart. The arch support is legitimate. Not athletic shoe level, but significantly better than most dress shoes. The heel cushioning prevents those pressure points you usually get with traditional footwear. And the insole design actually keeps your foot positioned correctly, which I noticed especially during those long standing sessions at networking events. I'm 175 pounds, and after extended testing, I can confidently say the cushioning technology works. Even after 10-plus-hour days, I wasn't experiencing the typical foot fatigue I associate with dress shoes. It's honestly closer to wearing walking sneakers. The build quality surprised me for a $40 shoe. The stitching looks clean and purposeful. I haven't experienced any separation or failure points that sometimes plague budget footwear. And I've been watching customer feedback, and Bruno Marc seems to maintain pretty consistent quality control across their production. Here's something interesting. The break-in period is minimal, but important to mention. Out of the box, they feel a bit stiff, and some people report a lumpy insole feeling. But after 3 to 4 days of regular wear, they conform to your foot shape and feel much more natural. By week 2, they're fully broken in and comfortable. Sizing is mostly consistent, but I've heard some reports of variations. I wear a 10.5 in most sneakers, and the 10.5 in Bruno Marc fit perfectly. But I've had colleagues mention they needed to size down slightly. If you're ordering online, just make sure you have a good return policy in case the fit isn't quite right. Let me address Bruno Marc's specific claims because I'm always skeptical of marketing promises. They claim dress shoe appearance with sneaker comfort, and I'd say that's about 80% accurate. The appearance definitely works for business casual environments, and the comfort genuinely rivals quality walking sneakers, but anyone with a trained eye will notice the sneaker construction. Their exceptional cushioning and rebound support claim, that holds up. The ETPU midsole consistently provided impact absorption and energy return throughout my testing. I'd compare it favorably to $60 to $80 walking shoes, which makes it impressive at this price point. All-day comfort and breathability, I'll give them credit here. After multiple 10-plus-hour days, my feet remained comfortable, and the perforated upper provides noticeably better ventilation than solid leather dress shoes. Slip resistance and durability, the outsole rubber absolutely provides good traction. Long-term durability is harder to assess after only 6 weeks, but initial wear patterns suggest reasonable longevity for the price category. Now, so who should buy these? If you're a professional in business casual environments who prioritizes comfort, these are absolutely worth considering. Office workers spending 8+ hours on their feet daily will appreciate the cushioning. Commuters needing comfortable walking shoes that look professional will find these perfect. And budget-conscious buyers seeking dress shoe appearance with sneaker comfort. This is exactly what you're looking for. Who should look elsewhere? If you regularly attend black tie or formal business events, you need traditional dress shoes. If you require waterproof footwear for your environment, these won't work. And if you're seeking traditional dress shoe craftsmanship and materials, you'll want to spend more money on genuine leather options. Let me break down the value proposition because this is where these really shine. $40 divided by an estimated 12-month lifespan equals about $3.30 per month for professional footwear that works in business casual environments. Compared to traditional dress shoes in the $100 to $150 range that offer less comfort, this represents outstanding value. For specific alternatives, if you want genuine leather dress shoes with comfort, consider Cole Haan Grand Pro or Echo dress shoes, but you're looking at $150 to $200. For more formal occasions, traditional Oxford dress shoes from Florsheim or Johnston Murphy are the way to go. For athletic comfort in professional appearance, check out Allbirds Tree Runners or Adidas Ultra Boost, but those read more casual. My final verdict, 7.5 out of 10 overall. These shoes successfully solve the comfort versus professional appearance dilemma for business casual environments. The comfort scores a 9 out of 10, truly exceptional for a shoe that looks this professional. Style scores an 8 out of 10. They successfully blend dress shoe looks with sneaker comfort, but lose points for not being suitable for formal events. If you're a professional working in modern office settings with a budget around $40, this is absolutely worth considering. Pro tip: order your true size first, but keep the return option open since some people report sizing variations. Also, give them 3 to 4 days of wear to break in properly. The bottom line? Bruno Marc has created something genuinely useful here. They're not trying to be everything to everyone, they're targeting a specific need, and they deliver on that promise. For the price point, the comfort level, and the professional appearance in business casual settings, these are a solid choice. That's my complete assessment of the Bruno Marc men's dress sneakers. Let me know in the comments if you have specific questions about fit, comfort, or how they'd work in your particular work environment. And if you end up trying them, I'd love to hear about your experience.